everybody, my name is Tiana and I am making this video for first-time moms. I am a first-time mother and my daughter is 2 months old today, and my husband thought that it would be pretty beneficial for me to create this video to help first-time moms with the things that they may need to purchase before the baby is here, because these things really helped us. So these are very, I would say, essentials. So these are just 8 things that I think would really benefit a mother who's getting ready to have a baby, or who has just had a baby. Maybe you could even purchase these things or put these things on your baby shower list if you're still pregnant. So the first thing that I think was number 1 for us was either Mylicon or gripe water. We actually purchased both of them. The thing is, obviously, I tried to breastfeed, but it just wasn't working for me after a couple weeks, so we decided to go with formula. So if you're going to feed your baby formula, and even with breastfeeding, babies get a lot of gas and colic. It doesn't even matter. We bought the Dr. Brown bottles. Even with the Dr. Brown bottles, she was still gassy. So, that comes with a lot of screaming, crying. She's so uncomfortable. So the Mylicon we purchased at CVS, we'll have links to these products in the description box below. But the Mylicon was a lifesaver. She was able to pass gas when she took the Mylicon. Also, there's the gripe water, which helped her with her pooping. So I think that those are super essential. You kind of have to experiment with the formulas, and sometimes the formula doesn't agree with the baby's stomach, so you have to switch it out. And then every time you switch out the formula, it takes about 3 to 4 days for their stomachs to adjust to it. So those 2 things were super great with getting her through those gassy phases. The second thing that we found was an essential was a heater for our baby wipes. So depending on what baby wipes you're using, we're using Huggies baby wipes and Pampers. But no matter what kind of baby wipes you're using, especially in the middle of the night when you're changing her after a feeding or before a feeding, they don't want cold wipes on the bottoms. And so it's kind of very irritating for them to have the cold wipes. So we thought that the heater was great for her. It was just more soothing for the baby. The third thing that we thought was an essential was baby Vaseline. So we don't know whether or not the baby's gonna have sensitive skin or anything, so we're really careful with the products that we put on her skin. We tried to use the Aveeno, but she was kind of getting a little, the skin started getting a little flaky. So we went with the baby Vaseline, and it worked wonders. Her skin is super soft. That whole flaking thing stopped. It smells like baby. It's awesome. There's no harsh chemicals in there, so we felt comfortable with putting that on her skin. So every time I bathe her, I put that stuff on her skin afterwards, and she's super moisturized. The fourth thing this is definitely one of my husband's favorites is birth cloths. So these babies throw up all the time. They're spitting up, when they're drinking, sometimes the milk is, falling, and then it'll get in their, necks, the little crevices and stuff like that. So the birth cloths were super helpful with catching that. You just have one handy with you while you're feeding them, and it just makes cleanup a lot easier. You just want to make sure that you have a bunch of them on deck. You want to purchase a bunch of them because you're going to go through them very quickly. And then you have to wash them and stuff like that. So just have a bunch of them on standby. The fifth thing, I thought that this was very interesting. When I had seen a TikTok before, someone said that you don't need a changing table. We love our changing table. She loves our changing table. the baby. And so with the changing table, it's kind of like a 2-in-1 because it's also a storage area. So a lot of things like her bathing products, diapers, like a whole bunch of different products we can put underneath the shelves of the changing table that we bought for her. So it's like a 2-for-1. And then there's some changing tables that I saw that actually have actual dressers attached to them. So I think a changing table is an excellent buy. And we still, I think we're going to continue to use ours for like until she's no longer in diapers. So yeah. The sixth thing that I think is an essential is the mittens. I wasn't really thinking about the mittens beforehand, but there was one time where she's starting to now touch her face, and her nails are long, but they're not long enough to cut yet. So, well, at that time. So she has cut, like kind of scratched herself, and I was like, oh my goodness, but I remembered we had these mittens. The mittens were a lifesaver. She wasn't upset about having the mittens on, and then they prevented her from cutting herself. So it was awesome. And you can get the ones that match her outfits and all those stuff. So yeah, mittens are great. The seventh essential thing that we purchased was the car seat cover. That will also be in the link below. We purchased that from Amazon. If you hear the baby, she's right there. We purchased it from Amazon, and we kind of got it because of the whole COVID thing. The one that we purchased was in the like feedback and the reviews of the actual car seat cover. People were saying that it was good for them with during COVID. And we really saw the benefit of it when we had traveled one time with her, and she was in her car seat, which is attached to her stroller. And someone had, they love babies, an older person, an older gentleman. He was like, oh, she's so cute or whatever, and actually like put his finger to her cheek. And my husband and I were both just livid. But we usually have the car seat cover on, but we were visiting family and we were at a hotel, and so we were just like, oh no, she doesn't need it for that. But ever since then, every time we go somewhere and we're in public, she's got that car seat cover on her car seat, and it's breathable obviously, and it's really good. And so we purchased that from Amazon. That will definitely be in the link or in the description box below. The eighth thing, this isn't a purchase, but it actually helped me get a lot of the essentials that I ended up purchasing. And it, the different types of products that I needed, I would ask for advice for. It's actually called the Peanut app. It's an app on your phone. It's kind of like a Facebook for moms, and it's like a lifesaver. So anytime you have like questions about something, it obviously doesn't replace the doctor, but if you need advice on something in regards to the baby, or even while I was pregnant, it was just great because based upon the due date of the baby, they'll group you in with mothers that are due the same time as you. So everybody's basically going through the same thing at the same time. Everyone's having their babies at the same time. So those that were getting induced were asking about, the induction process. Those that had C-sections were asking like, okay, like what happened here? So it was really fantastic. And I definitely recommend that as soon as you find out that you're pregnant, jump on the Peanut app. It's free, so it's not really anything that you have to purchase, but it'll help you, like if you are planning on breastfeeding and you want to, see what kind of breast pump you should purchase. You can go on that app and ask, and they're really friendly because obviously everybody are mothers to be or have been mothers for a while, and they have great advice. So you have a lot of support, and it's just great. So those are the 8 things that I think are essentials as far as you know, having a newborn especially. And I'm only speaking towards like newborns right now because obviously my daughter is only 2 months old. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of things that we'll have when she starts crawling and walking and all those other things. So but yeah, I hope you guys find this beneficial and helpful. If you have any questions, just leave a question or a comment down below and we'll answer the questions. And again, we'll have a link to all of the products that we purchase, the specific brands and things below, and a link so that you can purchase them as well or put them on your baby registry. So I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day or evening, whatever time you're watching this, and be blessed. Bye guys.